everyone, and welcome to Sip Around the World with Sarah. Today we are going to be in Italy, specifically the Piedmont region, which is famous for its Nebbiolo, and today the Barbera as well. Barbera D'Asti, Vietti is the producer. This is what we'll be tasting today. But first, just some fun facts about Italy. Italy has almost 2,000 grape varieties, so it's almost impossible to maybe taste them all, but a good challenge. And we're gonna start today with our Barbera. And I think Italian wines are definitely known for their earthy qualities, terroir-driven wines, and maybe their reds a little more than their whites, but there's just such a beautiful array of Italian wines from everything you could ever want. Definitely old world style. They've been making wine for a long, long time. So if we're gonna jump into our wine today, which is this Vietti Barbera D'Asti, and start learning a little bit about this region and this wine. In Piedmont, Barbera is the most widely planted grape. So it is very famous for its Nebbiolo, but Barbera is more widely planted. And it's really known to just be such an easy drinking wine, high acid, low tannin, and just a beautiful red wine that's really easy to pair with food. I would most closely relate it to maybe like a Pinot Noir for those drinkers that love that. But it's really got this great complexity and earth notes to the good ones. So if we're gonna start looking at the bottle, we have Imbottigliato da. So it says it's bottled by Vietti, so it's an estate bottled wine. Castiglione Felletto, Italia. That is going to be the village, which it does actually tell you on the back. Barbera D'Asti, so this is actually a region. And it says on the bottom, Denominazione d'origine controllata e garantita. So what that means in English is a denomination of controlled origin that's guaranteed. So basically, they're guaranteeing you a certain amount of whatever grape is in here, how long it was aged, so it's like a certain quality level. And in Italy, DOCG is the highest quality level that you can get. So that's a lovely wine, and this was only $18.99, so quite a steal for that high quality of Italian wine. Below that, if you see DOC, that's second quality. If you see IGT with this indication of a typical geography, that's the third lowest. And then if you just see Vino da Tavola, that's your just typical table wine, just so you know. Flavine, I'm sorry, I ripped the label a little bit in my wine fridge, but basically that's just the wine that they're calling this one specifically. It means 3 vines. This is 14.5% alcohol, so definitely gets up there in terms of its alcohol. It's definitely considered a higher alcohol wine. And then if you look on the back, again, they have the village stated, and it is a vegan wine for you vegans out there. Lovely choice. So that means they use no animal products in production. So let's get to tasting. As we first look at this wine, it's got this beautiful ruby purple color, and you can see the stem when you look down. So when you can see the stem through a wine glass, that means that it's a lighter bodied wine. So this, it's got that more see-through color. When I give it a little swirl and look for its little wine legs, they're definitely going slow down the glass, which is that indication of its alcohol is gonna be, medium plus high alcohol. When I give it a wonderful little sniff, jumps right out of the glass, definitely medium intensity. And right off the bat, I get bright red cherries, almost candied red cherries, cranberries, spice, almost a little bit of blueberry. And this wine just explodes with flavor in your mouth. I think very similar to everything I was smelling, still just those red cherries are overpowering and then there's also that beautiful spice, that earth component, kind of like some crushed leaves or something. And the tannins are they're there, but they're very soft. So I would say low tannin, and my mouth is definitely watering, so it has that high acidity that we talked about, meaning this is a lovely food pairing wine. Anything with high acidity and low tannin is gonna make it a lot easier for you to pair with food. So similar to a Pinot Noir, this would pair great with chicken, with some light sauces, any sort of heartier salad, some pork, any sort of like a little bit lighter fare. But I think this has still the powerful kind of complexity to pair with anything up to a burger or a steak as well. But because of that acidity, it can pair really well with those dishes that can be a little hard to pair with high tannin reds. And I'm still tasting it on my tongue. It's got a beautiful medium finish. So a really, really fun wine to try if you've never had Barbera. This was $18.99 from K&L Wine Merchant. So a steal again for a high quality red wine from Italy, from that Piedmont region. So cheers, and please check it out and let me know what you think. See you next time on Sip Around the World with Sarah.